You want to go on there and check it for me, drunk uncle, and see what it looks like? See. We should be live now. Hopefully, I don't have to restart my whole... If we have to restart my whole computer, I'm just going to have to... That's the other one.
All right, let's get some...
Let's see.
Oh, I was turning it up. I'll turn it up on my...
I think it's this one right here. You want to go on? Just going to have to...
That seems fine.
Well, we're fine now? Okay, guys, we're all fixed. We'll wait a few seconds till everybody gets here. What's up, Donnie? What's up, guys? There we go. See, that's another reason why I try and ask people not to just decide to call me. You know, like when the truth wanted to call the other day, it's like, dude, I'm not fucking set up for you to call. And I should have been set up for Trump. I should have told Trey for Trump to let me call him is what I should have done. That's my bad.
Learning curves. Yeah. Learning curves.
You're good, Nordic. I know. I'm a perfectionist, and I wouldn't watch it either. I hate watching shows when they're out of sync too. So hopefully we're all in sync now. What's up, Lisa?
Yeah, I was just telling him about one of my favorite shows is My Name Is Earl, and on Netflix they had one episode where it got to a certain point and the audio just went way out of sync, and I would just go to a different episode. So
yeah,
I see where you're coming from.
No, so do I. It's just, you know, it's just I gotta remember, because I didn't think about it. I was talking to my stepdad and I got the text saying, hey, I'm gonna call in, and I was like, oh, I should tell him to wait for me to call him, and I didn't. So it's all my fault. Oh wait, shoot, the chat's not in there. And now Donnie just turned off the light. You know.
Oh, you gotta throw me back up there too.
Yeah, come on, Donnie, get off. I gotta do a lot of things.
In one of the chats I used to frequent, they call these dangle clacks.
Dangle clacks?
Yeah.
See, like you would think that Streamlabs would remember what the frick I had set up on here, you know? Where are you?
I wonder if you can set like default settings.
Oops, wrong one. No, I tried. I think I tried. I'm not sure. Now I forgot I moved you. Too much stuff in here. There we go. Oh, you're already on, but it's not logged in.
Have you ever checked out what WYSIWYG uses? That Prism thing?
Yeah. But that's for on your phone.
Oh, okay.
That's your phone one. I have that. That's what I use on my phone.
I gotcha.
You know what, Andy? Why don't you go F yourself? Now I'm in sync. Good. I'm glad. Hey, Andy, you know, I try and do everything to make it look right. Man, I look red. Why do I look red? Because of all the red lights coming off my computer, I think. I don't know. Watch, now I'm going to have to reset the yes too, huh? Yes, I am. Here we go. You're on top chat instead of live chat? Oh, thank you for telling me.
Oh, I forgot to change mine too.
There we go. Now we're in live chat. What's up, my dog? You know what, bro? You know, all of you guys, don't mess with me. We do our best.
Daniel, say like
they like messing with me. That's what it is.
Dustin Diamond Poirier the other night. You can kiss my whole asshole.
You know what?
I will put you through that fucking wall.
There we go. Who took Mr. Nice Guy's candy? You know, everybody's making me hungry now. Why is everybody making me hungry? You know why? They want me to go for a taco run. A taco truck run. Taco truck on the run. Let's see something.
One thing that sucks about these with your little vape pen that you had, did you ever have problems with it getting clogged?
I honestly hardly ever use my vape pen, so no, I didn't.
Well, if you rarely ever use it, it would clog even more, but
really?
It can be a problem with carts and these disposables. They clog.
No.
You have to sit here and pull on them really hard to undo the clog, and
that's what she said.
Try to get them both undone.
She has to pull on it really hard. Baby, no more candy. No more candy for you, Mr. Nice Guy. You're gonna end up at the dentist, bro. You don't want to end up at the dentist. All right, ready?
Got that one unclogged.
No, I don't know why it's red. It's just, I don't know what is making. I think it's because the red is coming off the screen. Watch, let me see something. Now am I still red? Hold on, watch. Let's see, what is white? There we go. See, yeah, it's what's coming off my screen. It's not that I'm red. Or I could be red in love. Actually, I'm not. There's nobody on. Drunk is getting way too high. There's nobody on my thing. But so, back to this. Kamala Harris cannot take the time to go to the border except for once, but yet a whole bunch of freaking stupid-ass Democrats want to leave their state and pull a stunt like this, and she has plenty of time to talk to them.
Hell yeah, Cajun Marine. He took care of some shit.
The United States Congress for the right for black men to vote.
I'm gonna buy some of his hot sauce.
1913. Women marched down Pennsylvania
it's from my
Avenue
screen, guys.
for the right to vote. And 2021, the Texas legislature came to Washington, D.C.
Illegally, they're gonna go to jail.
Mr. Smith comes to Washington. Who knew the 2021 Texas legislature on par with Frederick Douglass and the suffrage movement? Put it in the textbooks right now.
Let's do it.
The apocalyptic and historic Republican voting bill included some very radical restrictions, like, I don't know, requiring driver's license or social security numbers for mail-in voting. We're not talking about photocopying IDs here. We're just talking about voter identification.
I wonder if we can look that up. Let me get home real quick.
Look up what?
How many people in the United States have an ID?
Around I think 87.
Let's see, debunking the misinformation, Brennan Center, Americans with photo, because normally they have, what is it, what is that called? But let's see, it says here, I don't know if I can trust this Brennan Center, but Brennan Center for Justice. Let's see if it says what percentage of people. Do they give a number?
Sure Crowder's covered it before.
What is it called when you can look up demographics? The demographics. Where do you look up the demographics? Projectvote.org? Maybe they might say it. Let's see. How long is this? It's only 4 pages. Okay. Percentage of the individuals with confirmed ID by ethnicity. So, percentage of the population, confirmed ID, non-confirmed ID. Okay, so 71% of white people have it. Only 12% of black people have an ID. I don't believe that.
No. You're looking at percentage of population. Go over one.
Oh, okay, never mind. I see. Percentage of population. Okay,
that's even higher than I thought.
So 95% of white people have a confirmed ID. 87% of black people have a confirmed ID. 90% of Hispanic people have a confirmed ID. 89% of other people have a confirmed ID. And 49% of people who don't even know what they are have a confirmed ID.
I don't know if I trust that one, because how would you have other and don't know as two separate things? So
yeah, that's kind of weird.
Was that an extension or .com, a .edu, .gov?
That was a .org.
.org.
That's anybody can pretty much get in.
See, I knew Julius would come through. I didn't even have to ask.
87% of an ID. No, Julius is messing around. He says I have 87% of an ID. So, anyways.
Damn it, Julius! Like I'm not used to you coming with the jokes.
He's got the jokes today.
You always coming with the knowledge. So I was like, that's what I thought around 80 something.
For mail-in ballots, beefing up criminal penalties for election workers who break rules. Now, we know Dems, they don't like penalties, especially when you burn things. And adding an extra hour for early voting each day from 8 hours, which it currently is, to 9 hours at a minimum. Keep in mind, Texas already has 17 days of early voting on Election Day.
17 days.
Good luck, Texas voters. How are you going to find 15 minutes within 17 days in
really,
at least
Mr.
a 9-hour window each day? Sheer suppression. Now Texas Democrats will eventually have to come back and do their job. Governor Abbott can continue to call special sessions to force this vote, unless, of course, they plan to flee forever. So why did they go through all that effort to stall the inevitable? Because it's not just about the Lone Star State. The Texas Democrats fled the front lines. They retreated from the voting rights equivalent of the Civil War, not to surrender, but to draft federal reinforcements.
Wish I'd get my hair to lay like his.
Yeah, me too.
Right now on borrowed time in Texas. And we can't stay here indefinitely.
And you know, I'm not trying to be, how do I say this? Why is she the speaker for everybody? You know why? Because they're, well, you know, let's put her up there, because then they can't really talk shit about her because she's a black lady, and they'll be racist if they talk bad about her. What do you think? I mean, if I was a smart person, that's what I would do, right? Hey, let's have the crippled guy go up there and speak, because they talk shit about the crippled guy, right?
I'm a humanist. I hate everybody equally.
Yeah.
To run out the clock.
That's the way I look at it.
Stop Republican anti-voter bills. That's why we need Congress to act now and pass the For the People Act.
We need the president and the vice president and every Democrat in this Senate working together to preserve American democracy.
I was by that building.
Ah, this is a stunt. This is about H.R. 1. This is about federal control of elections. This is about Nancy Pelosi. The plan is in motion. The country is watching.
We're going to talk about that, too.
And the Texas Democrats, they're loving their newfound media attention. They even decided to inspire fellow Democrats and all patriots nationwide by performing this beautiful song.
We will overcome someday. Deep in our heart.
I'm surprised AOC isn't out there.
We shall overcome today.
There you have it. Here now, a member of that chorus, Democrat Texas State Representative James Talarico,
Oh, this is going to be
who recently
good.
flew on a private plane and currently resides in Washington, D.C.
This is going to be good.
James, thank you very much for being here.
Look at that.
We know you met with Chuck
stupid-ass
Schumer and
haircut.
Nancy Pelosi today, and the talking points.
You know who he looks like? Alfred E. Newman. Does anybody know who Alfred E. Newman is? Hold on. You guys are going to love this. The guy from that, was it Cracked magazine? Alfred E. Is it Alfred E. Newman? Is it Alfred E. Newman? Doesn't he? Tell me he doesn't look like Alfred E. Newman. Oh, Mad Magazine. That's what it was. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely see that.
Look at it. Doesn't watch. So that's Alfred E. Newman. And then you go over here. It's Alfred E. Newman, bro. Even the big ears.
He just combed his hair.
Right? Oh, my
big
gosh.
issue. You've been told to say you're protecting democracy. That
Hey,
Republicans
there's
are
Eric. We're wondering where
authoritarians
you
and
are.
racist. They're blocking the ballot box. You want voter suppression. I've got
Eric.
it. Texas Republicans are racist. But you're in D.C. now, and the talk is all about.
Wait, why does he have glitter on his face? Watch like right about here on his chin. It keeps shining. What did he have, a stripper right before he came on the show or something?
H.R. 1.
See it? See, look, you see the glitter? Trump, do you see that glitter right there? Right here. You see it?
I see some white specks. I don't know if it's glitter. I'll have to keep watching that area.
I don't know. Does anybody else see it? Look right in the middle of his chin, right here. There's two little dots. They look like glitter to me. Just keep watching it. That or he's like licking his lips too much and He's drooling over somebody.
And they're gleefully promoting your effort to promote their national effort.
It's probably
it kind of
sweat.
seems like they're just using you as a prop or a puppet.
So, I'm an 8th-generation Texan. I've only been in D.C. twice in my life. This is the second time. I'm a former middle school teacher who ran for office just to try to make my community better. And I swore an oath when I first got elected 2 years ago to uphold the Constitution of the United States.
Dang, we're upsetting David today. He's like, just play the goddamn video.
And also the Constitution of the great state of Texas.
Maybe Kamala thanked him for his service.
Our former president, Donald Trump, started his big lie that the election was stolen. Republican legislators and capitals
Wait, how did you make this about Donald Trump in 20 seconds? That's a bit of a record. So now you're going to voter suppression, which I get it. But if this is all about your allegiance to Texas and you're an 8th-generation Texan and all that and the Constitution, by the way, the Constitution, Section 1, Article 4, gives authority to the state legislatures, then why are you not in Texas? And why are you in Washington, D.C. doing press conferences with federal officials?
I was just going to answer that. It's a great question. And what I was saying is when President Trump lost the election, he told Republicans across the country that he didn't lose the election. And this caused Republican legislators in state capitals from Georgia.
Actually, maybe he didn't just give, maybe Kamala didn't give him a hello kiss. Maybe he went and gave Joe Biden. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
Austin to start putting forward bills that would make it harder to vote. And actually, Texas is one of the hardest places to vote in the whole country. And so when this started, many of my Democratic colleagues tried to negotiate with our fellow legislators, most of them Republicans, to try to make the bill less damaging, less harmful, less dangerous to constituencies across the state of Texas. Unfortunately, our Republican colleagues didn't want to negotiate with us.
17 days of early voting and adding an hour of voting too much? Is it too difficult to provide, I don't know, your driver's license number and the last 4 digits of your Social Security number? Is that too much to ask a voter in Texas?
So what this bill does, and I'm glad you asked because it gives me an opportunity to correct something you said earlier, which is that this bill actually reduces the amount of time for early voting.
Oh, it does?
So in Texas, currently, a county can extend voting to 24 hours. You can actually vote all night, which is really convenient if you work during the day. A lot of working folks aren't able to get off work to go vote.
It's voting at 2 a.m. in the morning. It's voting at 2 a.m. in the morning that is the key issue. Is there anyone in Texas that's not currently able to vote? Because I've heard the hyperbole. This is Jim Crow. This is voter repression. This is the Civil War from the leadership of your party. Is there currently a single example you can provide me of a registered citizen voter in Texas that can't vote if we're fighting the Civil War here?
Thankfully, this bill has not passed yet, and God willing, it won't pass.
No, if the bill passes, will there be any minority or woman that's not able to vote?
So the person who oversees elections is appointed by a Republican in the state of Texas. It's a Republican-appointed Secretary of State. And she actually said that Texas's elections in the past 2 cycles were safe, smooth, and secure. Those were the 3 words that she used to describe it.
But we also had, as you pointed out, your party has pointed out time and time again, we needed to expand these things because of COVID. And by the way, I didn't see a whole lot of COVID going on that private plane without those masks, but I digress. So if COVID's not there or ultimately minimized in our application, shouldn't we be making sure that the rules go back to something that makes sense, that's reasonable?
That's a great question. I think, in the pandemic, we learned that a lot of things can be made more convenient and more accessible. A lot of folks are working from home instead of having to go into the office. And that's exactly what we learned in voting. We can change some of our voting systems to be more accessible to more people.
Quick question. Are you okay with voter ID? Are you okay with voter ID? Because you're going back to the talking points. I get it. The talking points have been issued. Are you okay with voter ID?
So voter ID is currently required in the state of Texas. I opposed having to
How about for mail-in ballots?
To vote.
How about having to send your ballot in? Should you have to prove who you are? Because that's what Democrats are opposing.
Pete, I just said I oppose voter ID. Currently, it's a law in Texas, but I oppose that law because I think you don't need it.
You oppose voter ID? You don't think the most sacred obligation of our republic, you should have to prove who you are in order to vote?
So there are a lot of Texans, actually hundreds of thousands, who don't have a driver's license, who don't drive at all.
Do they have a Social Security number? Because according to this Republican law, you could put your last 4 digits of your Social Security number in as proof of who you are. Did they not? No, help me out. Did those people not have Social Security numbers? And who are these people that can't get IDs?
So, Pete, if you're talking about the bill that we're currently focused on, not past Texas law, what this
Answer
bill
a
is going to do is not only
question,
reduce voting hours, it's also going to empower these partisan poll watchers who are going to look over voters' shoulders and prevent them from
poll
exercising
watchers,
their
you mean the
God-given
ones
right.
that weren't allowed in certain states at certain times in certain places, whether you agree with that or not? So Texas says maybe we should have partisan poll watchers on either side, Republicans and Democrats, right? It wouldn't just be Republicans.
Do you remember a second ago when I talked about the big lie? This is exactly what I'm talking about. And the reason that so many folks believe in this country
you just
is
got
because
went
folks
on
like you
national
get on
television, James,
every night
and said
repeat
you
the
don't
lie
want
over and
voter
over
ID.
again.
We're not talking about that. You just went on national television and said you don't want voter ID, revealing exactly what Democrats. And it's so condescending to say that people can't get identification.
I'm liking this guy. Pete,
have you found someone in your district that can't get identification?
You have made a lot of money personally, and you've enriched a lot of corporations with advertising by getting on here and spewing lies and conspiracy theories to folks who trust you. And so what I'm asking you to do is to tell your voters right now that Donald Trump lost the election in 2020.
At least you've resolved the lie that is Democrats are now for voter ID. It's not your show, sir, but at least you resolved the idea that Democrats are not for voter ID.
Did Donald Trump lose the election in 2020?
Real quick.
Can you answer the question? Did Donald Trump lose the election in 2020?
I'm answering questions. Don't really feel any obligation to answer anything.
An uncomfortable question for you?
No, it's.
See, this is Pete, the reason
my question is, why are you in Washington, D.C. and not in Texas when your job is in Texas? Because you know it's inevitable that this bill is going to pass. Eventually, you're going to have to pay your hotel bill and go back to Texas, and Governor Abbott will declare a special session. So you're being used by national Democrats to try to pass H.R. 1 to federalize elections, which you, as a Harvard grad, should know better, because the Constitution puts that in the hands of state legislators who are supposed to be in their state, and you happen to be in Washington, D.C. I don't understand how you square that circle.
I can answer. So based on the oath that I took for this office, I have to uphold the Constitution. I have to uphold our democratic system. And I, as a Texas Democrat, I'll tell you this, we lose a lot on the floor of the Texas House. We lose votes on abortion.
You're going to lose votes right now.
Are you going to flee the state on those? Why is this number one? Is this the biggest?
That's how democracy is supposed to work.
All right.
The reason this is different,
we're going back.
The reason this is different is that they're trying to rig the rules of the game.
Oh,
we can debate
rig
issues.
the rules of the game.
We can debate issues,
asking
but we
people
cannot,
to prove who they are. Real quick, I'm going to end with this.
Democracy itself.
Your party's been obsessed with COVID standards, yet the CDC and the White House says you need to wear one on a plane. Why didn't you guys?
So all of us are fully vaccinated. I got on the plane without a mask. Per CDC
if you're fully vaccinated, can I get on a plane?
Wait a minute. If anybody is fully vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask on a plane. It's federal FAA laws, right? Pretty sure that is.
And you got the Delta variant, bro.
Yeah, the Delta variant. Oh my gosh, we forgot the Delta variant too, right? Oh my gosh.
Super serious.
I'm starting to like this Pete guy. He's having fun with them.
All we're trying to do is follow
as long as I know that you support that if you're fully vaccinated, you get on a plane. That seems like a good official position.
Our constituents, unlike our home state senator who fled our state not to serve constituents, but to abandon them.
Enjoy your time in Washington, D.C. Look forward to seeing you back in Texas, maybe in weeks, maybe in months. We'll see. At which point,
thanks, Pete.
Voter ID law may or may not get.
He grilled him pretty good, man. Oh my gosh, I had fun. I enjoyed it. Ooh, pizza and root beer. See, now you guys are getting me hungry.
I wish I was a reporter and could because there's questions that I would ask that reporters never think to ask.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, okay, so you don't support voter ID? No, I don't support voter ID. I'm like, okay. You run into a girl at the bar. She looks like she's 12, but she's hitting on you. What do you do there? You just assume that she's in. And well, how'd she even get in the bar?
Right.
Do you support ID for buying tobacco or alcohol?
Or what about so in order to get how do they get money? How do you go cash a check? How do you open up a bank account without an ID?
And this is another thing. If I could find a certain person that I could trust to do this, I would try to find like a 13-year-old. And I'm going to tell them my name and my address and where to go. Well, I guess if they're 13, I would actually have to take them there.
Yeah.
Who needs an ID? You know, who needs an ID? I'm 13. I'm driving. You know, what the fuck you need an ID for? But have them go in there and see if they actually let them vote for me.
That would be interesting.
Or I could send my like 16-year-old. She's not my niece, but I consider her my niece. My 16-year-old niece to go in and say that she's me. And what I've noticed at my voting place, they don't cover those books up. It's like a sticker that they pull out and they put on your ballot.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times where I've looked down and I almost have to point to my sticker for them. So I could sit there, if I had a photographic memory, I could sit there and scan 50 to 100 people on one page with all these, well, about 60. I would say about 60 people if the folder is completely open. You can scan 60 people and know their names and addresses and go and come back the next day or whatever and vote for somebody else.
Let's see.
These are the questions I want to ask. So
my buddy Taiho, he has, well, you know, Ty has glasses that have a camera on there, but the light flashes and stuff like that. I wonder if we could buy, oh, wait a minute, what's this one? Hidden camera button. Oh, so it's a camera button. It's 99 bucks. What if we went and we bought this hidden camera button? You could put it on a somebody who knows your social security number or whatever that you trust, and have them go in there. We could bleep out your social security number, whatever information you got to tell them, and see if it actually worked in the next election.
Social security number for what?
I'm trying to think, what do I got to show when I go in to vote? I'm trying to remember.
I don't have to show a damn thing.
But I'm asking what questions they ask to prove who you are. I'm trying to remember.
They ask my name and my address, but they've got the book open right in front of me.
Yeah. Like
so I could walk up and tell them my last name, and then they open up the book and they pull up my last name, and I could be like, "Oh yeah, I'm Philip."
See, here's the problem though. If we did that and we showed the video, we would get arrested, we would get arrested for fraud. I'd have to ask an official. I'd have to ask somebody if we did that, if we would get arrested for fraud. I bet you we'd get arrested for fraud.
I'm just saying there would be things as a reporter that I would ask that most people don't even think about. Sometimes actually I'm a bit ahead of the curve. And they'll start talking about shit like 2 months later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, people need to start listening to me every once in a while. I sound crazy a lot of the times, but you know, sometimes I come up with some good shit.
No, you do. That's interesting. You're right. All right. I don't know. I'm going to look into that though. That would be a good thing to do if we don't get in trouble. I got a whole bunch of stuff on this, so let's watch this too real quick.
Well, with us right now via FaceTime is Alex Dominguez. He is one of those Democratic legislators who have left Texas forcing this issue, having just met with Chuck Schumer, and later on this hour, we're told the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. Representative, very good to have you. You know, you've heard the governor is going to arrest you guys when you get back. Are you afraid of that? Are you concerned about that?
No,
I'm not. It's certainly something that was always something to ponder before we decided to make this decision. That's why it clearly shows our resolve and how important this is, and we're willing to be arrested.
Do you feel, though, that the way it looks is if you guys don't get your way, you leave? There's a history of having done this before, just a few months ago, back in 2003, something similar. Shouldn't this be the type of issue that's decided at the ballot box and not in a huff and leaving the city?
Well, you're assuming that, one, there's a huff, two, you're assuming that it can be resolved in a diplomatic fashion. Also, this is not the same thing as 2003. The reason why we're here is because there actually is the chance of federal legislation passing that would take care of all of this for us.
Look at the nice bus they rented, too.
But if the Republicans were to do in reverse what you're doing, for whatever reasons, and I understand your passion, you're not faking that passion here, wouldn't you be angry that rather than try to iron it out, they just bolt, they leave the state?
you know, I think what the public doesn't see here is what's going on behind the scenes. This past Saturday, over 23 hours of debate on two.
That's crazy, Don.
Our members tried to negotiate in good faith. Prior to that, behind closed doors, we tried to negotiate in good faith. We tried to offer good amendments that would make this bill better. And on a straight party line vote, every single one of those was rejected. So we are the ones that are trying to actually work this out.
Okay. Got it. So let me get your take on the most onerous part of that measure. How would you describe the one thing that broke off these talks?
Yeah, this one's kind of boring, huh?
I think the most important thing to consider here is not any
This
one
guy's not very good. Let's go to the next one.
the-
I got a couple different videos, like a couple different things from YouTube today.
Thank you, Madam.
Oh yeah, this is Jim Jordan. I like Jim Jordan. Let's watch
Chair,
Jim
let me
Jordan.
go to Mr. Tolman. How often does it happen? How often do we get the wrong person?
This is
You know,
very
where Mr.
interesting.
Williams-
So the reason why I like this one, because it's about them raiding people's houses from January 6th. So watch
Is he
this.
standing up? Looks like he's standing up. Why are you standing up, bro? Sit down.
No, I think he's sitting down.
Oh, looks like he's
Tell him the
standing up
story
and
of
kind of
how-
like hovering over the camera.
No, I think he's just like leaning forward like this.
They were just
Oh, okay.
wrong, and
Yeah.
and he was arrested and detained. I think he said for 30 hours. So I mean, I know the Huber family, the recent story of the couple in Alaska who were not in the Capitol on January 6th, but were their door kicked in. They were put in handcuffs. They were at gunpoint at one point in the during the interrogation. It was like a 4-hour interrogation. So I just want, and it was all based on facial recognition. So how often do we get the wrong person?
Well, one time can be too many, but certainly some estimate as high as 30%. But I actually believe it's more than that, Representative Jordan. And it's nice to see you.
So what he's asking is, how many times do we arrest the wrong person from the Capitol by using face surveillance? He just said the number right now is 30%, but he thinks it's more than that.
Again, sir. It is, I believe, higher than that. I have represented 2 individuals, one of whom I'm fairly certain, and it's not, you know, we don't know about the ones that aren't publicized or the ones that, you know, are coming forward. But I have a client who was, you know, accused of going inside of the Capitol. He was not in the Capitol. I believe it was facial recognition technology that put him in law enforcement's, you know, investigation. And we certainly had to work backwards to show that he was not. And so I think it's more often than we know because it's not being reported.
Is Mr. Lee, do you know, is there any kind of, Mr. Tolman said 30%, is that, and we know there's a disproportionate impact on African Americans. Do you think it's a higher number than that, or is that probably where it at 30% of the time this technology gets the wrong person?
Ranking Member Jordan, thank you for the question. We don't know. And that's a part of the problem. These technologies lack the requisite transparency and the requisite oversight for us to even know. Of the cases like Mr. Williams that we do know, you know, those are terrifying. But what about the cases that are maybe on a nice edge that we don't know about right now? And so we do need more transparency and more oversight, specifically with facial recognition technology and its use by law enforcement.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to yield to our ranking member, but I mean, I'm concerned in a general sense that just the overall surveillance state and individual Americans, you know, just fundamental liberties, fundamental rights. But when you add on top of that the fact that it's wrong so often, to me, this is why if we can't come together in a bipartisan fashion, as I know we've been trying now for a couple of years, if we can't do that and figure out a way to put restrictions on this, limit this, particularly when you have all these agencies using the technology, they don't even know which technology they're using and whether it's private or what have you. I mean, there's just a host of problems here. So I appreciate Chairman Lee having.
So what do you guys
hearing.
think about this? So they're saying that most of the people, yeah, I had video of me I didn't go inside, so I'm lucky. But I mean, look at how many people that they're getting and arresting and saying, "Oh, you were inside," when they actually weren't.
Now I picked out, so this is me dissecting things again, but I think this might be little reasons why Trade for Trump likes to watch this show. So that we're talking about lawyers. We know what lawyers do for a living.
Yeah.
We'll leave that at that. But he said that it was facial recognition, and there was one little key word that he said, and you said it too, in the Capitol.
Yeah.
I wonder if that person was at the Capitol. Not to say that it's, makes it, it's definitely going to change the degree of severity. But I was just curious on why he would not follow up with, not only was he not in the Capitol, he was such and such and such and such in California.
Yeah.
And, so.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That was a flag. Like when he said that, you could probably see my head turn and like squint my eyes. Like, you need to say more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly. I mean, he was probably there, but that's probably how they got, because they were using cell phone, looking people's cell phones where they were.
Actor John Leguizamo bashing opponent.
Oh, wait. Why did I download this one? I don't want this one. I downloaded the wrong one. This one was stupid.
Oh, I've seen this one.
Yeah, I saw that one too, but it's not worth our time today. I don't know why I hit click on that one.
Fox News alert: growing backlash against a group of Texas Democrats who fled the state on 2 private jets, all to block a vote on a GOP election reform bill. A short time ago, the remaining members of the Texas legislature voting 76-4 to have the Sergeant of Arms send for all members who are not present and get this, arrest them if necessary. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kayleigh McEnany, and here today, my co-host Harris Faulkner, along with Emily Campagno, former State Department spokesperson Morgan Ortagus, and in the center virtual seat, David Avella, chairman of GOPAC. Welcome, everyone.
Who's the girl in yellow,
State Democrat lawmaker.
What's that?
I said, I think it's a requirement at Fox News to be hot.
Think so?
Seems like it.
Well, let's see.
Not so much for CNN, though.
Yeah.
Julie Johnson, in a since-deleted tweet, posting this picture of her and other Democrats on a bus as they skipped town.
Yeah, you're right. That's Miller Lite.
To sink election reform legislation. Another Democratic lawmaker also getting ripped for mentioning their
my beer boxes.
Sacrifice. As this picture shows the group traveling with a case of beer. It was Miller Lite. The 50 or so lawmakers then boarded 2 chartered jets for Washington and Democrats.
Now, why 2? Look, there's enough room on this plane for them to only take 1. Why did they have to take 2?
So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys now.
Yeah.
An attempt to block those voting bills.
Huh?
I said not as many females as we thought.
They're seen smiling on one of the planes without wearing masks.
What are you barking at, Donnie?
One of the Texas Democrats who fled said this outside the U.S. Capitol today.
Well, that's not the truth.
We were quite literally forced to.
The heck? Donnie, how did Donnie bark and stop the news?
Move and leave the state of Texas. We also know that we are living right now on borrowed time in Texas. And we can't stay here indefinitely to run out the clock, to stop Republican anti-voter
I know, right? Okay, Donnie.
bills.
You're okay, Bubba.
That's why we need Congress to act now and pass the For the People Act.
Donnie.
Yeah, those smiling faces to the left, they sure looked forced to flee the state and grab that case of Miller Lite. Morgan, coming to you. When they arrived at Dulles, they stood on the tarmac, allegedly taking selfies. I believe we have an image of that will pop up, all to post on their social media accounts. So they're forced out of Texas, forced to go take these selfies, forced on the social media accounts, on a $100,000 private jet with a case of Miller beer, not wearing masks while we're all forced to wear masks on planes.
Miller Lite.
And then this video, they're now singing in the Capitol, the United States Capitol. Let's play that.
We will overcome. We will overcome.
They can't sing very good.
Deep in our heart, I do.
What comes to say about the song?
We will overcome today.
Morgan, what a group of jokers.
Well, listen, I won't criticize anybody for a good selfie. Anyone who follows me on Instagram knows that I like a good selfie. Okay, listen, so I think they are. What's funny about all of this is that they are in the minority in Texas. They're flying to Washington, D.C., using the protections of being in the minority in order to ask for the Democrats to get rid of the filibuster, which protects the minorities in Congress. So that's a little hypocritical. The other thing is, you mentioned the cost of the private chartered plane, Kaylee. I'd love to know who's paying for that. I mean, that's expensive. I don't have $100,000. I wish I did, sitting in my back pocket for a private charter. So I think that they certainly could tell the electorate who is paying for that. And then, of course, from a PR perspective, listen, I think this is actually working for them. We're talking about them today. We wouldn't be talking about what's going on in Texas if it wasn't for the fact that they pulled this stunt. So, you know, good on them for selfies and pulling a stunt, but they're not actually going to accomplish anything by fleeing the state.
Real quickly, so on the Faulkner Focus, we reported where the money was coming from. It's from the Democratic Congressional Caucus. And
nice.
yeah, so I mean, I still think it's an excellent question, though, because it has to do with, well, who's paying for their time too. I mean, look,
even
they
Faulkner's
should be
got
doing
some
the
nice
people's
legs.
business, and there are plenty of people who worked across the country, work from home, but that's not what this is. This is hopping on a private jet, two of them, in fact. A few of the lawmakers took commercial flights, but you saw how packed that was. This is also probably President Biden's best argument that vaccines work. I'm not being facetious here. That picture, nobody's masked up. Now, Kaylee, you pointed that out. I'm pointing out the flip side of this. That is a highly vaxxed crowd.
Red, white, and blue.
Obviously, the vaccines work out. The president should have given them, Kamala Harris's, what was that, her 5th or 6th job to walk around
might have been the
vaccine.
7th.
Right, whichever of the jobs that the president has given the vice president that we're waiting for, actual evidence of. She could recruit those people to go on tour with her about the vaccine. Again, not being facetious, did you see the pic? And, in some way, taxpayers pay for that picture. So, yes, the Congressional Democratic Caucus paid for the planes. But think, when they come back, if Governor Abbott does deploy, the sergeant at arms and others to go and arrest them to bring them back to the state capitol, whoever accompanies him, that's our dime.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have 13 cousins, my sister, lots of people. I say our because they're my family down there in Texas.
Yes. No, that's right. And I liked your creative communication strategy of using these Texas lawmakers for vaccination advocacy.
I just think she is so
Emily,
just
we have a
gorgeous.
live
I don't know
picture
why.
now of the Texas
I love
legislature. I
her
believe we'll
eyes.
put it up. Huge news that they voted to potentially issue arrest warrants to bring these 51 lawmakers back.
Yeah, let's
what can you
watch
tell
this.
us about that?
Right, that's based on what's called the Call of the House, which is a procedural move that allows law enforcement to, yes, arrest these guys and bring them back to the chamber once they've fled at the behest of the speaker.
Because isn't this like court, right? If you're subpoenaed to court and you don't show up, they can arrest you and bring you to court. That's basically what this is, right? So you don't like Kaylee McEnemy, Julius? Oh my gosh, she is gorgeous.
Now, Texas learned the hard way in 2003 that jurisdiction stops at the state border. So unlike what they tried to do back then, other states and the federal government cannot pitch in and extradite these guys, which is why, as well, the governor and the lieutenant governor have specifically said when these lawmakers come back, that is when we will deploy this. It's our understanding that they will indeed move forth. Of course, things might change after this moment.
Gotcha.
But I think your point is so well said, Harris. Who is paying for this time, this stunt, this theater? And I respectfully disagree with Morgan, and I think it's not working. We're talking about them, but we're mocking them. We are ridiculing them because this is just another manufactured, self-congratulatory.
Yeah, what the problem is, all these little punks, these little teeny boppers and all these, millennials are like, yeah, go do it. Yeah, Antifa's like, yeah, we're so proud of you, right? That's what they're doing. It's sickening. Sickening. Yeah, wait, what did Bohr say that's so funny? I missed it.
For a dramatic moment. This is another Spartacus moment. This is another Supreme Court packing press conference on the steps moment.
Oh my.
Booker with
Yes.
You notice they're all wearing short dresses too.
Right. Everyone pointed out they fell flat on their face in what they thought, however, would be this dramatic, amazing moment to the tune also of what they're not voting on. It's not just this bill that they're not there for. They're not there for the funding of the legislature. They're not there for paychecks. They're not there for sports teams, gender rights. There's a lot of issues that are important to Texans that they are not Therefore, while they are, as State Representative Burrow said, heeding the siren call of social media and fundraising.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This is not a good look at all. They're elected to represent the people of Texas, and instead they're drinking Miller Lights and taking selfies while we're all wearing masks.
Miller Lite is delicious.
It is.
Wait, let's just get that out there.
True.
But what
I'm
you're
not a
saying
Miller
is
Lite
maybe
fan
not
at all.
in the scenario mix of it.
Yes, exactly. David Avella, though, what is it about Democrats? When they can't have their way, their answer is blow up the system, pack the Supreme Court, end the filibuster, march out of Texas, leave our day jobs. Why do they always end in just blowing everything up?
Democrats want the elections to be federalized, whether that be H.R. 1 or whether that be the now coming down the pike John Lewis voting rights bill. They want the federal government, not the state government, in charge of elections. And this is just simply the next chapter in their push for that. Now, unfortunately for them, the facts don't match up with what they want to do. The 2020 election had the highest voter turnout in history.
Right, Andy?
States governments are the ones running elections right now. And
all right, everybody, what's everybody's
state
favorite
governments
beer?
are run by Republicans. It's not Republicans that are the ones causing voters not to turn out. And there's certainly is agreement that could be made on making sure we're sending everyone a ballot. It would just require all states to be part of the ERIE database system, or the ERIC, not ERIE, the ERIC database system, which allows states to know when people have passed away or when people have moved to another state. And there's a great example of it. A Secretary of State shared with me that a woman came to her on 3 successive elections and said, "My husband has died, but you continue to send him a ballot." And through their investigation, they realized the gentleman wasn't in fact dead, and he said, "Please don't tell my wife." Now, the way you curtail those type things is
no, not Arizona yet.
A big bomb to drop in the middle of that.
But you make sure that secretaries of state.
Well, yeah, this is just these freaking idiots from Texas. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's all a stunt. They just want to get they're trying to make more money. They're trying to get more popular so they can leave the state area and run for Congress instead, I bet. Probably what they're trying to do. What do you guys think? What do you think, Drunk? And to get more money.
What was the question?
I think it's all just a stunt for them to get more famous. That's why they're doing this. Right?
Oh, yeah, to get their 50.
Yeah.
Minutes of fame? Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And of course, I watched this earlier, but we got to watch Ted Cruz. I like Ted Cruz.
Democrats about to hold a news conference in Washington, D.C. There's the alert after they fled their state on a private plane or two, trying to stop a Republican effort to strengthen election laws. It took a lot of selfies, Dana, along the way. Here to talk about it, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Senator, how you doing? And good morning.
Gotta love Ted Cruz.
Got a lot to get through. We'll see how much we can get through in the next couple of minutes here. Governor Abbott said last night on local TV in Texas, he said, "I will call a special session after special session after special session until election of next year." All right, I don't know if that's the fate here, but how does this end, do you think, with lawmakers leaving the state?
I didn't do that yet, Richard.
Well, I think it's going to end with the Texas legislature taking up and passing election integrity legislation. What you're seeing the Democrats do here is a political stunt. And, I will say it's ironic. As they were getting on their private jet to fly to Washington, D.C., they almost surely had to show identification to get on that jet. And yet they're doing this in a fit because they don't want mail-in ballots to be verified. They don't want the signatures to be verified. They don't want basic integrity steps to be strengthened in the state of Texas. This is, at the end of the day, politics, and they need to get back to doing their jobs. And one way or the other, they will. One of the things, it's interesting, Bill, one of the very first assignments I ever had back 17 years ago, when I was newly appointed as the Solicitor General of Texas, one of the first questions I ever got is the Speaker of the House of the legislature. The legislature was redistricting then, and the Democrats did the same thing. They fled. That time they fled for Ardmore, Oklahoma, the House members, and then shortly thereafter for Albuquerque, New Mexico. And the Speaker of the House asked the Attorney General, who was then Greg Abbott, my boss, He said, hey, do I have the authority to arrest fleeing legislatures, these Democrats that have left to break a quorum? And Abbott in turn asked me, I did the research, and it turns out the answer is yes. Under the Texas Constitution, there's a provision that explicitly gives the Speaker the authority to arrest fleeing House members. That provision is copied word for word from the U.S. Constitution. And so this stunt is going to fail. They're going to come back. There's going to be a quorum. And I believe the legislature is going to do its job and protect the integrity of elections. Ensure people can vote, but also ensure that we don't have fraud. We don't have people casting illegal votes.
All fascinating, so we'll keep an eye on that. Of course, somebody had to pay for the private jets. Interesting to see who that would be. And also, they did fundraising appeals last night, which might give you a clue as to the other reason that this is happening. In the meantime, can I take you to Cuba and tell...
So there you go. But so I don't know if we showed it on here already or not, but they said they did fundraising while on federal property, which is against the law. So they're going to get in trouble for that too, it looks like.
Fundraising on federal I thought they set up something online.
But they did something about it on federal property, from what I understand.
Oh, they sent it from their server there, I guess?
Yes, that's what it is.
I didn't hear that part.
I thought it was earlier, I'm not sure. Democrats, maybe I heard it somewhere else. The Democrats blame Cuban protests on anything but socialists, right? While Republicans have recognized the role of socialist and communist repression in Cuba, sparking recent protests, the Democrats have taken the side of the Cuban president and pointed blame elsewhere, including on the U.S. On Monday. MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell denied Cuba's problem was communism, but instead economically illiterate dictators and the embargo. Cuba's problem is not too much socialism, as Republicans would have you believe. It is too much dictatorship, second only to North Korea at this point. The embargo is our longest running foreign policy mistake. Right?
I used to like this guy.
Then Bernie Sanders says, all people have the right to protest, to live in a democratic society. I call on the Cuban government to respect opposition rights and refrain from violence. It's also long past the time to end the unilateral U.S. embargo on Cuba.
Your Bernie Sanders impression sucks.
I know, doesn't it? Which is only hurt, not help. I'm not good.
I have a pretty good one. Maybe you want me to read his tweet in my Bernie Sanders accent?
Yes, please.
Okay. All the people have a right to protest and live in a democratic society. I call the Cuban government to respect opposition rights and refrain from violence. It's also long past time to end the unilateral U.S. embargo on Cuba, which has only hurt and helped the Cuban people. Nah, no.
I don't know, we had different takes on it, but, you know.
We're both pretty bad at it.
I think so. We're both pretty bad at it, yeah.
I want all the couch pennies.
Ask everybody in the chat who did it better, me or Drunk, or were we both equally bad? What do you think?
Julius said we're both bad, and he's always right.
Yeah, Julius be like, you guys fucking suck. Let's see. Voter Georgia finds thousands of irregularity of Biden votes that were not supposed to be there, it says. A new report revealed thousands of votes that were potentially cast in the 2020 elections that were not supposed to be voted on. So the election integrity group Voter Georgia examined ballot scans from Fulton County and found previous vote recounts had a 60% error. 60% error. Wow. That's huge. This includes a batch with 554 votes for Biden.
I win, Eddie. I win.
You win. And 140 for President Trump that were counted as 850 Biden votes and 0 Trump votes. Why did someone write in 100 to nothing, 150 to nothing, and put that in, and that was entered into the system? That does seem kind of weird, right? That does seem kind of weird. Exactly 150, you know, to 0? It doesn't seem right. It really doesn't. It's never 100% if you ask me, but that's just me. That's just me. Press Secretary Psaki falsely claims election integrity laws are voter suppressed. Let's find out about this stuff right here. It says the Biden administration is ramping up opposition to the GOP's election integrity laws, which have been passed by several Republican states. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki recently labeled the GOP's effort to uphold election integrity as voter suppression. During a press conference briefing Monday, she decried the laws meant to prevent election fraud as authoritarian and anti-American. We need to work together with civil rights organizations to build as broad a turnout as voter education systems to overcome the worst challenge to our democracy since the Civil War, she stated. Well, you know, the FBI and the NSA has pictures of all of us, right? Why don't, when you go up and you go to vote, they just look at your picture and they look online, they should have a picture of you, and there you go. That's you. Right? You don't got to have an ID.
What? You're not serious about that, are you?
You know they have, you know, the government knows everybody by picture. You can't tell me they don't. They have your picture somewhere. So when you go to vote, you walk up, you say, yeah, I'm Eddie Block. And they pick up my name, they look up my name, and they say, oh, yeah, you look just like the picture. Here you go. Here's your ballot. You know they got our photos. Come on.
I guess so, but next thing you know, they're going to want your fingerprint. And I don't know. I don't know. You're probably right.
They want your fingerprint. Wait a minute. So when you got your driver's license, did you not have to get fingerprinted? They didn't take your thumbprint?
No. I think I had to get my fingerprints done.
Well, for your license for tobacco stuff, I'm sure.
No, I think obviously when I got arrested for the first time and had to go to a holding cell.
Yeah.
But the only time I had to go willingly to get my finger printed was when we decided to have the lottery in the shop. For some reason, we had to
do a live
go
scan
and get all our fingerprints done to make sure that we didn't have any like outstanding warrant. For some reason, to be able to do the North Carolina lottery in our shop, we had to go do that.
Well, here in California, when you go get your ID or driver's license, they have a little machine there, and they say, put your thumb there, and they take your thumbprint. Here in California, they do.
Well, that's why they call it California, I guess.
Maybe, I guess so. Let's see. Meanwhile, Republican legislators and governors nationwide have fought to reform the election processes. Hold on. You know what we got to do? We haven't done this in a while.
Oh, Mr. Gooch, is that what you think they do whenever you're doing the eye test, maybe? I can put on my tinfoil hat and see that.
There you go. There's Jen Psaki. We haven't showed the real picture of Jen Psaki in a while, so let's show you Jen Psaki. You know. Holy shit, a doll is $1,082? $500? I didn't realize they were that expensive. I gotta look for one at the thrift store.
I got an original My Buddy doll.
My buddy and me. One of those?
Oh, yeah.
So look at this. France fines Google 500 million euros over copyright row. So 500 million euros, what is that? That's probably like $700,000 or $700 million, right? 700 million? Let's see. France's antitrust watchdog slapped a $593 million fine on Alphabet Google on Tuesday for failing to comply with the regulator's orders on how to conduct talks with the country's new publishers in a row over copyright. The fine comes amid increasing international pressure on online platforms such as Google and Facebook to share more revenue with news outlets.
I'd hope you got fingerprinted doing a concealed carry. There are certain things you definitely want fingerprints for.
Yeah, I would definitely think you did that too.
I'm just scared
later,
of
Richard.
Able to fabricate. They can already fabricate DNA. Like they can mimic DNA. So I get a little scared when it gets into the government having all of our stuff, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Go where summer meets you
We got a
in an
stupid ad.
award-winning Mazda CUV.
We must be on Fox now. Yeah, we're on Fox now. I don't know about that, Scary Terry. I honestly don't.
Damn, that's Mazda. They're starting to look like BMWs.
Yeah, cars are coming up. Well, shit. I remember when like Vizio TVs were bad TVs, and now Vizios are like the good TVs. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right.
Remember back in the day when this was probably the late 90s where Kia was literally doing a buy one get one free. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that one.
Yeah. Kia was so bad they actually had a buy one get one free type thing.
Oh my gosh. All right, gut-filled
Probably
rips.
Buy a loaded Kia and you get a basic model for free, but still, I
Maybe.
mean,
Who knows? Remember when the dealerships used to have that one car is going to be sold for $1 today, and you had to sit in the car for like the whole day and hope that that was that car that they sold for $1? And you ever remember those scams? And the whole time you're sitting there, they're like, well, what if this isn't the car for $1? We'll give you a deal right now. You know, it was just a big old scam. I know, you know, God rides a Harley. I've got a whole bunch of news to do. I got a whole bunch of stuff to go through, but I don't look at my phone when because actually we had my phone. Somebody called and messed up my phone earlier. So my phone is turned off when I'm on the show, guys. Gutfield rips Biden as pathological liar injecting race into election law speech amid Texas standoff. Let's see. The 5 host, stupid commercials. Gutfield blasted President Joe Biden as a pathological, shameless liar after the commander-in-chief injected race in a Philadelphia speech about election laws in Texas. Biden claimed proponents of election security measures are engaging in a 21st century... Oh, we already saw this one. They showed it. We don't need to do this one. We saw the video. Right? I don't know much about this Jim Crow stuff. Anyways. So they want to ban Chick-fil-A for some reason now in New York. So the other day from an OG that
Chick-fil-A is very, very Christian and they don't agree with gay marriage. So I assume it's got something to do with that.
Yeah, probably. Some campuses won't let them be on there too, right? Let's see. New York Democrats accuse Chick-fil-A of discrimination and want to ban it from rest stops. Is this what they waste their time on? Really? Democrat legislators in New York are opposing plans to open Chick-fil-A restaurants at rest stops in the state, citing the fast food chain past donations to groups accused of opposing same-sex marriage. That's their right. That's their freaking right. Chick-fil-A, through a charitable wing of its business, has a history of donating millions of dollars to organizations that are discriminatory and anti-LGBTQ organizations. So what? It's their money. Let them do whatever the frick they want. It's on the State Thruway Authority property.
Wrapping around that damn place all day.
Right?
All day wrapped around that motherfucker.
Everybody likes Chick-fil-A. You know, I'm gonna have to go get Chick-fil-A pretty soon. I got a doctor's appointment down in.
I wish they would change their waffle. I know they're known for their waffle fries too, but I don't like their fries.
Yeah.
I like Wendy's fries.
Uh-oh, now I'm all blurry again. Yeah, Wendy's fries. Wendy's and McDonald's have the best fries.
Yeah, can't complain about McDonald's.
Yeah, they got good fries. Oh well, you guys don't need
in-person classes are back at Fresno.
Let's see. That's Fresno City College. That's Fresno City College. All right, let's see. What do we got going on? Professor singles out average white guy in lecture, says skin color benefits him over black students.
Julius says Chick-fil-A got kicked out of the fucking UK.
Did they?
Damn.
Wow. That's crazy. So a Penn State professor singled out an average white guy in a lecture and used him as an example of how his skin color benefits him over any black student, even if they have comparable backgrounds and resume. Oh, wait, we got it on video. Let's watch this.
And what that means is the following. I just take the average white guy in class, whoever it is. It doesn't really matter, dude. Dude, this guy right here. Look, stand up, bro. What's your name, bro? Russell. Look at Russell here. Russell has Sean. I'm making your argument for you, right? Look at Russell right here. Just doesn't matter what he does. If I match him up with a black guy in class, or a brown guy even, but let me just stay with a black guy in class who's just like him, has the same GPA, looks like him, walks like him, talks like him, acts in a similar way, has been involved in the same groups on campus, takes the same leadership positions, does whatever it is. If I match him up against that person, we send him into the same jobs upon graduation. He's done everything he's supposed to do, and the person I match him with has done everything he has been supposed to do. He's supposed to do at Penn State, right? They tell you, right? Do it, man. Go see your advisors and go do this and go do internships and if you did this, if Russell did the same things, it's just the next somebody else I find in this classroom, and they go through 4 years here exactly together. Russell has a benefit of having white skin.
Bullshit. That's some of the biggest bull.
It sounds like a complete racist to me.
Right?
I listened to everything he said. Yeah. Like, you get to your. I'm pretty sure I know what your point is, but you just made yourself look really bad.
Yeah. Oh wait, it gets worse.
Look really bad.
Watch, it gets worse. He says, how does it? Watch this,
bro. How's it feel knowing that push comes to shove?
Why are you calling people bro?
I don't know. Hold on 1 second. I can't hear him.
Nice.
I don't know. I mean, it makes me feel.
Hold on. Now we got to start over
because like
feel knowing that push comes to shove, like your skin's kind of nice.
I don't know. I mean, it makes me feel like sad because like God knows I don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't choose to be white, so like.
Oh my
gosh. You know
gosh.
what I mean? Like it makes me upset that like, my brothers and sisters of like other races can't like experience those things for something that I.
Can you pause it right quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would definitely hire the guy on the right, other than the left, because look at the dude's fashion sense.
Look at the way he's standing. He's like,
yeah. I don't want to hire that guy, and I'm an employer. I don't want to fucking hire that guy. So, Professor, I just fucking debunked your shit.
Right. There we go. I know, right?
I didn't do anything to like deserve that. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, it just makes me upset.
So this is the problem with white people. The question then becomes is what should we do? So there are all sorts of white people sitting. Sean. Yep. There are all sorts of white people sitting out here in the class right now saying, what should I do? Bro, how's it feel?
What a bunch of BS, right? Oh my gosh. Drives me nuts, folks. Drives me nuts. Hey, Kim Tone, you're going to be happy. There's a gas station encounter today, too, by the way. I got set up for us.
You don't know me well and we're not in an argument. Like, don't call me bro.
I know. How does it...
Call me bro if you're trying to annoy me when you're somebody that I don't really know.
The other thing I noticed, did you notice he had like all these black people sitting on tables and stuff like that? It was almost like they pushed him to do it. Does that make sense? Or he's trying to... I don't know how to explain it.
I didn't know. Did the other guy even get a chance to talk?
The black guy, no.
Oh, well, damn, we're just adding strikes to this motherfucker right now.
Why is it always white people speaking for the black person? Like, remember yesterday in that Crowder thing? Why is the white girl speaking for the black woman? Why don't you say how you feel? She's like, because I feel like she does. Right?
Yeah.
Cuba cracks down on protesters' concerns grow reports of missing detainees. This was not what I wanted. All right, let's move on to the next thing. But yeah, also, by the way, Cuba is not over the vaccine like everybody says, or the Democrats are saying. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, this one I wanted to see just because, like, show you how dumb our kids are nowadays. And I know I don't know. I guess we're not called influence drunk. We don't have enough followers, but we influence the people that watch the show a little bit, don't we? You guys listen to our opinions and ask us. So I guess we're kind of influencers, right?
The Hansons are going,
but we
wherever
don't
the
go
open
do
road
dumb
takes them.
shit like this. This girl, Sophia Chung, decided to take a selfie at the edge of a waterfall, and she fell.
I would say I hope we're more of helping you look in places that you might not think to look.
Yeah. Oh, I thought she had the picture. Yeah, right.
But I guess that would be influencing you to. Yeah, so technically, I guess.
I don't know. A Hong Kong Instagram star tragically plummeted to her death after she slipped while snapping a selfie at a waterfall. Right?
I think selfies are dumb. I know a lot of people in this chat, they take selfies.
I take selfies.
Weird like that. I think it's dumb, and I hate the word selfie. Selfie. And you have the selfie sticks and stuff like that. No. I don't know. But I don't get social media either. Like, Facebook and stuff like that. Like, I don't get it. Like, this is what I did today. Like,
yeah.
Who the fuck asked you?
Right.
But
yeah,
that's just me. I'm a weird guy.
So now Fauci is saying that no doubt children 3 years and older should wear a mask. Hold on, let me wait for this.
Good luck having a 3-year-old wear a mask. Good luck with that.
I know. I mean, you can't make a 3-year-old do anything.
This is a real B&H customer story. Check 'em.
You can't make a 3-year-old eat, right? White House medical advisor Dr. Fauci drew criticism Tuesday after saying children as young as 3 years old should continue to wear masks to protect against coronavirus. I thought they said children are not affected by it because of the Delta virus. Hold on, let's see. Oh, we got video of it.
It's that slippery slope, man. They take a little bit, and they take a little bit more, and they take a little bit more, they take a little bit more.
Yeah.
Children under the age of 12 who are not eligible for.
Sorry. What's that now?
I said we're just. I'm trying to learn about this 1984 novel, and it's.
Did you go get it yet? You get it already?
No. I was watching kind of an overview of it today, and I kept getting customers, but
I gotcha. You know what I want right now?
Are you going to cover the government watching our text messages, or is that in your?
I think I have something on that. Yes, I think I do.
Gotcha.
I think I do. You know what? I want some Baskin Robbins. I think I might. If we can finish in time for me to go to Baskin Robbins by 10, I might take you guys along with me. Let's play this real quick, though.
The vaccines generally do not get sick, don't get COVID, or don't get as ill with it. But what does this spread of the Delta variant mean for them, for the children under the age of 12? And what's the timeline for when?
I don't even want to play it. I want to hear him. They're talking about the Delta variant. That's just so that the pharmaceutical monies can make more money, so they can put more money in the Democrats' pockets by donating to their campaigns, which then they donate back to somebody else. Freaking, we don't need to see this. They already talked about this.
Well, I've had it in with the pharmaceutical industry for a while now.
Right.
Even when I was a full-blown liberal.
Even when you're a full-blown liberal, right? I mean, $600 for a freaking EpiPen when you can go to Canada and get it for like $110. Right? Remember when Trump got it? Trump got it all the way down to like nothing. And now let's back up. Yeah, so if we can get done here by 9:40, I will then go live.
This is a real B&H customer story.
And I'll do a taco run truck. I'll go get ice cream and then a taco. How about that?
Ice cream and a taco. All right.
I gotta get the ice cream first just because they close at 10. A dashboard camera captured a fuel tanker crash. So let's watch this. We'll just watch it real quick. At 1:15, a fuel tanker truck struck in the center median. Wow. Let's see. What the heck happened to him? Look. Did he lose control? Did he fall asleep? Jeez.
He was snorting him some methamphetamines.
I heard in the old, I mean, I did hear in the old days, truckers did do a lot of stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think you can anymore because they do a lot of testing and stuff like that.
I am talking about, my dad said that he went to California and back in 3 days.
Yeah. Back in the old days.
We didn't call it crystal meth in my day. We called it crank.
Because they, now what they do is, what are those pills? Well, they drink energy drinks now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean.
And they consume a lot of nicotine, too. I'm telling you, truck drivers, or especially if they chew tobacco, but truck drivers and people that chew tobacco are the hardest to get off traditional consumption of tobacco.
I actually, I watched this guy.
Like, I smoke like 2-3 packs of cigarettes a day. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When do you breathe? It seems like it's like one.
All right, so check this out. Somebody in New York City doused a person with the caustic liquid in an ambush attack caught on camera. So watch this. I haven't seen this yet, so it's going to be interesting. So we run up behind him, just throws it on his back. Why? Now the guy goes on the ground. It had to be some kind of acid or something, right? That had to be acid or something. Pouring liquid on a man in an unprovoked attack, resulting in burns on the victim's back. Okay, why?
Oh, this is what they do in England.
Yeah.
Acid attacks.
Happened at 10 p.m. on July 5th near the corner of 47th West. No words were exchanged prior to the attack. The victim, who owns a jewelry shop in the Diamond District, took himself to the Presbyterian Hospital the next day. He was treated for second-degree burns on his back. That's just crazy, man. Yeah, I think I got something on that here. If I don't, we'll have to look it up.
Jewelry exchange.
Yeah, maybe they were gonna try and rob him or something, right?
No, I'm thinking something else.
Oh.
I don't think it's bad to say, but I think it might be an anti-Semitic attack.
Oh, okay, I get where you're going. You know, I really like this guy's artwork. I wonder if...
Especially being in England.
No, that wasn't in England. That was here. That was here.
Oh, I thought it was in England.
No, that was in the United States. That one.
But it's still very possible. Or actually, it could be an anti-Palestine.
Yeah. All right, we're going to break up a little bit of stuff. We'll do a gas station encounters real quick for you guys. We'll do a gas because Kim Tone.
This lady brings 2 fountain pops up to the counter, and she also brings up 2 liters of Pepsi.
It's a fave trip collaboration.
And she's going to disregard the line behind her and run over and grab a bag of powdered donuts.
Don't you hate when people do that?
Delicious Hostess cupcakes, but that's not all she wants, as you'll see here. Clearly just asked for a small bag of ice, so the cashier is going to continue ringing her up.
I don't know why I like it when he does that.
Who's drinking all them sodas back there?
Where? Oh, I know, right?
So she makes her way outside, carrying all of her stuff, and obviously, since her hands are full, she can't get that small bag of ice that she paid for, so she's going to make her way to the car that you can barely see off camera back there. Now, the driver is going to help her out. He's going to be the ice grabber, so he gets out of the car, and he's going to thief scratch his nose right there. Now, luckily for him, none of the cashiers saw him do the thief scratch, otherwise they would have known right off the bat
the asshole parked right in front of the door. That's what I want
on TikTok. Clearly, that's why he's checking his phone.
I hate it. So my Shell, they stopped letting you park right there, right? So now people park at the pump, and they park at the closest pump. And, you know, because I can't walk that far, and I like to pay cash, they make me go to farther away pumps. And I won't yell, but I'm like, hey, bro, you know, why did you just park here? He's like, well, there's no parking. I'm like, there's parking over there. He's like, yeah, but that's too far. I'm like, yeah, but now I'm disabled, and you're making me walk farther because you wanted to park there, and I'm actually getting gas. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. What they always
I make people park it. I have signs all over the front of my shop that says park an actual parking spot. Unless you have a motorcycle or a scooter, do not park along the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have an empty parking lot. And I still don't. There's one guy that I have an exception for because he has dementia and he barely knows where he's at half the time.
And he's driving?
With one eye, yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna say anything.
You know what can I do? No, but here lately, he rarely drives himself to the shop anymore. He's heading downhill. But I'll tell people like, can you park, please? And they're like, oh, I'm going to only be here a minute.
All right, Jeannie.
Like, everybody's only here for a minute or so.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's literally 10 feet away.
I gotcha.
Notifications. I knew I was going to be TikTok famous. This is crazy. All right, let's get this bag of ice so I can get out of here and get home and make my next TikTok video. And, this is weird. She bought a small bag, and these bags are bagged together. There's 4 of them. Let me put my phone away. This will help me out a little bit. This is weird. Should I just grab a big bag? Should I grab 4 small bags? Should I check inside, make sure nobody's looking at me? They're not. I don't know what to do. I should probably go ask my lady friend and verify. I'm just a little perplexed. So he makes his way back to the car that he got out of because obviously he can't make executive decisions by himself. Now, we are not sure
how many bags of ice you
this
get?
master plan, but when he comes around the corner right here, he's got a lie locked and loaded, ready to go. So he sees the line inside through the window and decides, nope, not doing that. So he thief scratches his head, and he's going to thief scratch his nose right there, and he's going to make his way to the walk-up window because he needs.
Well, there's a person that's just parking in front for you.
Just said one more time. Yep. He's gonna look at the door. You know, you got to keep an eye on all the possible witnesses before you commit a crime because you don't want any witnesses. Now he's standing there thinking about his lie in his head that he's gonna feed this cashier so that he can get some free ice. And looks like he spotted a cashier. Hey ma'am, hey, I got a question for you. I just bought the big bag of ice, the big boy, for $3.99, and I just realized there's no way that's going to fit in my little freezer. Is there any way I could just get a bunch of smaller bags instead of the big bag, because I could fit them in sideways? They'll fit way better in my freezer. You're not sure? Okay. All right, well, just go verify, and, I'll be waiting for you. You can let me know, okay? All right, thank you so much. So she makes her way inside to figure out what the dealio is.
It's a busy
she didn't
store.
Ring them out.
I can tell you paid $3.99 and I got a watch from the small man.
Freaking Steve Penn.
Who? You got He got a small bag, didn't he? I don't know.
So they are clearly confused because this guy
she's the one drinking all the sodas.
His woman did. So they're trying to figure out what the dealio is. They're looking at receipts. He popped in for a second. He decided, nah, I'll just go back outside and
now
wait.
you know he's drinking all the sodas
for about 30 to 40 seconds. A really long time apparently because he's super impatient. So he's scratching his head. He's got a real bad itch on his head, as you can see, because he's gonna.
Well, look how busy it is. It's pretty busy.
Keep on scratching it. Come on, little buddy, get that itch out. Keep scratching it, and yep, he got it. So he's going to make his way past the door, looking inside. What the heck's taking so long? Turn around. He's going to make his way back towards the ice chest, and he's thinking, well, screw it. I'm sick of waiting. So he makes his way towards the ice chest, and he's going to make the executive decision and just grab a bunch of small bags of ice without waiting for the cashier.
Are you serious, God? Wow.
You can see, all 3 cashiers are now trying to figure out what the heck this guy's talking about because none of them rang him up. So they're going through the receipts, trying to find the receipt for a $3.99 large bag of ice, but obviously there isn't one.
Where's he at? $3.99, which he said he paid for. Oh, okay. Where'd he go? He was just in the front. Yeah, I know. Well,
freaking Steve Pence.
Yeah, he was just. He said the dollar back, right? Oh, he's right there. Did he just?
What did he take? I missed it now.
Did he take 2 bags? I can't see it. No. Did he take something? Yeah, he just took like. Go get him.
Why are you gonna steal ice?
I
mean, really?
Is she gonna catch him in time? Looks like.
I need that water, man.
What's the problem, man? What's the problem? Oh, I wasn't allowed to just make the executive decision to take 4 small bags without talking to you first.
He took
so
4 bags.
Hold on. I'll get them for you. I'll put them back. Yeah, I'm sorry about the confusion. I just didn't know what was going on, so I just grabbed the 4 bags because I paid for a big bag. I already paid for that big bag, so I just needed the small bags instead. And you weren't coming back out.
All this drama over a couple bags of ice.
I'll put them back. Don't worry about it. So at this point in time, none of the cashiers still have any clue what he purchased because obviously he didn't purchase anything. The girl in the car did. So she's banging on the window. Hey, ma'am. Hey, sorry about the confusion. I thought I bought a big bag. Did I buy a big bag for $3.99? You know, my total was pretty high. I thought I bought a big bag. I might have bought a small bag. I don't know. I can't remember. You don't know either because you didn't catch me out? Okay, that makes sense. All right, well, yeah, I'm sorry about the confusion. Yeah, there's one more bag back here. You can just grab that and put it back, and then we'll figure out what bag space we need. We'll be back inside, okay? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And just like that, another thief caught and another babe trip collaboration in the books. She gone.
She gone. All right, there you go. You guys are asking for gas station encounters. They finally came out with one, so there you go. All right, what's next up? What do I got next? I thought I had something about what you were talking about earlier, Drunk. Oh, this is more of this stuff. Who is this with? Oh, this is CBS News. We don't need to see this one.
We're doing this.
Oh, this is them actually talking.
Meeting with top members of Congress.
We did enough on this stuff, I think. Don't you think? We did enough of this BS. I can't wait to see him get arrested. That'll be fun. Oh, this is just something else. No, I won't show you guys this. This is for me to watch later on. It's about $11 billion tunnel they built connecting Scandinavia to the Mediterranean, or under the Mediterranean.
You know them motherfuckers won't be handcuffed, though.
Probably not.
GOP concerns about candidates.
Oh, yeah, I want to see this.
The Democratic Party is backing exclusive footage obtained by the Post Millennial showing progressive candidate Uba Guardier, who's running for King County Council in Washington State. Now, she's accused of allegedly threatening children on a school bus. This was back in 2010, telling them that she might have a bomb or a gun, and then calling the students cowards for running away from her. Here's part of that.
Why is this just coming out? I've heard about this.
I've heard about this before, too. No, they said it resurfaced. They said it resurfaced.
It's from 11 years ago. Like, why are they showing this now?
Because she's running for office and the Democratic Party is backing her.
Oh.
Yeah, they're trying to show who the Democratic Party is backing.
Plot thickens.
Yeah. Why is she I might have a bomb. You go to jail for saying stuff like that.
An extremely bizarre video there, trying to make sense of it. Maybe we welcome in Ari Hoffman, former.
All right, we need to make sense of it. We saw the video. We're smart enough to know what she's doing there. Maybe I don't have that thing you're talking about. Oh yeah, I do. Very last one. Is this the one you're talking about? DNC wants to track your text about vaccines?
Well, I didn't see this particular one, but I've seen several videos on it today.
Well, let's watch Newsmax.
Vaccines. There are a lot of people in the media who don't seem to understand why you might be reluctant to answer the door.
I mean, look, I've seen this in Los Angeles, in New York City, and places. It's already normal for public health officials to go door to door and say, hey, if you don't have information about vaccines, here's where you can go.
Now, we've heard from a lot of you, and you basically said, for the most part, the government can go pound sand when it comes to this. And why would people outside of New York and Los Angeles want to copy what's happened in New York and Los Angeles? I mean, New York, of course, you got the governor there accused of killing thousands of elderly people and then trying to cover it up, all while making millions from a book deal, touting his successful pandemic response. And then there's L.A., where the homeless population may have had something to do with the spread of COVID there. That's obviously a huge problem. The governor obviously wasn't too concerned about COVID at the peak of the pandemic when he was out dining at the French Laundry. But go ahead, Mr. MSNBC, talk about the fear-mongering.
Fear-mongering about something that simple that's already happening.
Because they have nothing else to stand on. They've accomplished nothing. They've harmed the very constituency that they say they care about. Things are getting worse for Donald Trump's followers because of all this nonsense. They have nothing to say. And when you have nothing to say that's good for the country, you resort to the worst possible tactics. They do not give a damn about the United States of America. They only want their own power, and they're willing to
is he talking about the Democrats?
People who are not well informed.
Why are they fear-mongering about something that...
All right, so let's get this straight, Dr. Dean, I should say, just to be clear. The side trying to make sure that the federal government doesn't come to our houses to check on our medical records, That's the side that only want their own power. Now, again, Howard Dean used to run the Democratic National Committee. And check this out. Politico reporting Monday that Biden and allied groups, including the Democratic National Committee, are also planning to engage fact checkers more aggressively and work with SMS text message carriers to dispel information about vaccines that is sent over social media and your text messages. And you like how Politico, I don't know if you read the article, but they just casually slid that in there in the 6th paragraph. The DNC wants your cell phone carrier to monitor your text messages for misinformation about vaccines, or maybe even your illicit Lego purchases. Let's welcome in our panel to talk more about this. Retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant and former Trump 2020 campaign co-chair for Veterans for Trump, Jessie Jane Duff.
Ooh, who's the girl on the bottom left?
She's the founder of Young Americans Against Socialism. And Benny Johnson, Chief Creative Officer at Turning Point USA, is here as well. You can catch him every weekend on the Benny Report. All right, so I guess, Benny, the people that don't like the federal government coming on our own property to check on our medical records, we're the ones really concerned about retaining power. You know, the ones that don't hold the White House, that don't have the House, that don't have the Senate. It's the power we're all
Good night,
right?
AFPDX.
Yeah, that's exactly right. These are the same people who would gladly scream "my body, my choice" when it comes to abortion, scream about the government being in league with.
He might be saying hello. Good evening, everyone.
Oh, well, hello too. Maybe that too. I'm sorry.
The church on that issue, yet they are the ones acting like apostles here, like Jehovah's Witnesses. Have you welcomed Fauci and Biden into your heart? I'm going door to door to ask if you have read the sacred texts of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. This kind of stuff is just borderline religious. But by the way, this is their religion. If you're talking about what they are doing, look at how they attack Republicans. They always attack Republicans for what they are planning on doing. And when they say Republicans are just about power, what a comical farce, what a farcical joke. These grotesque goblins, what they're pushing on us is so sickening, because they are the ones obsessed with power. They're the ones who think the government is God, because they are a godless people who have nothing but power.
Oh, yeah, I guess you don't have a religion to follow. You fill the void with something like this. And, Morgan, how about the DNC thinking, hey, you know what, I'm just going to call up AT&T and Verizon here, and why don't you monitor your customers' text messages for us? I read that Politico article, Morgan. I was like, is nobody going to raise a bigger stink about this?
Absolutely. What I think we should look to, there's a classic leftist tactic throughout history to accuse your opponent of what you are doing. And so when that DNC representative, or when the DNC itself tells us that we're just white supremacists that are radicalizing our country and we truly don't care about anything except for radicalization, then what they're really saying is that they don't understand the American base, the conservatives, the average Americans, the working class. We are more powered up and passionate about freedom than ever before. We have a core group of values that we're going to push forward on for the next few elections, and it's going to be insane. I think the next decade is going to be pro-freedom all the way through and through. But I'm most happy, though, they're exposing themselves, okay? Yeah. They are truly not shameful in admitting that they do believe in authoritarianism at this point. And so it helps us reach average Americans that aren't exactly aware of how bad things have gotten. This is going to continue to expose
Look how perfect her teeth are, though.
Specifically for you, I wanted to say this. I mean, to get your reaction to Howard Dean accusing you and millions of other Trump supporters out there of not loving our country.
What's up, Deborah?
Oh, that to me was the most appalling thing of all.
I want some, Deborah.
Every single Trump supporter is proud to fly the American flag, but yet we have leftists that are suggesting that we're all racist, extremists, and anti-American now with the American flag. I think they're calling the kettle black, so to speak, just like Morgan just said. They are repeating a narrative that they actually are practicing themselves. And to Benny's point, that we are over here now making a religion out of our government control. And this is terrifying to want
he's got a wrench.
You're going
he can
to
post
check
it.
Text messages for anti-vax messaging. If it's going to be my body, my choice, when will that actually matter to the Democratic Party? Only when it's
wait a minute, hold on. She just brought up a good point. The Democrats are all about my body, my choice when it comes to women and abortions. But yet it's not our body, our choice when it comes to freaking getting a vaccination? That's a good point. I never even thought about that one. Did you?
Oh, yeah, because they've been using it the other way.
Yeah, I never even put those two together. I should have thought about that. Wow. Okay.
But it goes both ways. So if you say that, then it's a
yeah.
So it can definitely go both ways.
That's
but
true.
If you're a good enough troll, you can make it work in your favor.
You just copy and paste it. God Rides a Harley. Click on the link, hit Control A, or I don't know which kind of computer you're on, and copy and paste it.
Command C or Control V.
Yeah, depending on
Command C or Control C, and then Command V or Control V, or just go to Edit.
Congratulations, Rhonda. If you mean you actually already have the job, congratulations.
And to insult 75 million Americans and suggest that they are ignorant. And
yeah, I'm not going to download that app.
Country. They are going to have us so fired up.
You know, iPhone, what was it, like 6-7 months ago, they wanted you to download this thing that it would tell you if you were close to a infection or something like that. I never did.
2022, we should sweep this House and Senate without any problem. If we don't, shame on us, because they are doing the work for us now, showing literally that their mask is off with hatred for their fellow Americans.
Yeah, well, you know, the whole thing about my body, my choice in this argument is, you know, for conservatives, when it comes to abortion, it's not just one body, of course, it's two bodies. The vaccine is one body, and that's a big distinction that I think a lot of people are missing here in this argument.
Hi, Melissa.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video...
Hey, Melissa, how you been?
Hello.
Let me see if I can get... First off, what is this clip, Steve Pence? You say it's funny, but, you know, there's also stuff that people send us all the time that we can't play. So, what is it? Let's see what it is. I don't know. You might get me in trouble here. Let me hit pause right away.
Tuesday. All right.
Oh, I think I can play this.
Harley, it came through.
There you go, Harley.
Man, space bar.
Still gonna go, right?
Monday, Tuesday, I'll come out here, I'll grab my gear, and I'll
I think so. I think they're comfortable right now. So if you were to do
There we go. Command space bar. Got it in my keys,
That was good.
Maybe Aaron needs to wipe. Have you ever considered being...
Some Marine skirmish. There you go. All right, here. Let's see. I think we're gonna make this a new thing. We're gonna show. We'll do...
Hour and 22 minutes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what he said. All right, we're gonna do. We got a new show. We're gonna got a new segment we're gonna do. Let's see who the people walking through my back alley today. Let's see. Wait a minute. What time is it right now? That couldn't have been at 8:40. Is it still bright outside here at 8:40? I guess so. Let's see who's walking down my alley today. Guy went to the store. This guy went to the store, and that's the one will probably be him walking to the store. He was walking back from the store. Yeah, same guy. Oh, you know what? Maybe my taco truck is here. Maybe my taco truck is here.
Why do you have a bag going to the store, not a bag coming back from the store?
No, I'm going in backwards order. He's going to the store. I'm going in backwards order. You know what? How about this? We'll start early this morning and we'll move our way up. How about that? We'll start in the morning and we'll go the other way. That's a good idea, right? I think there's going to be a good new segment. The dogs were barking. I just checked in the middle of the night. 6:54. Is it going to be Angel again? Nope. Oh, that's the guy that helped me build the fence. Isn't it? Yeah, he's hanging out with Angel, I guess. Let's see. Who's at 7:07 a.m.? It's probably him walking back. Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to party with Angel whenever I come
yeah, see, I told him about the camera. He's waving. That's the guy that helped me build the fence. Let's see. Who's this going to be? 8:18. Oh, it's a cat. The cat set off the motion detector. Meow. Let's see what's at 9:16. I never realized until I had this camera back there how many people walk by my house. Oh, look at her. She's walking with a mask on to the store. This lady, oh my gosh. I'm not going to say much about her, but you can guess what she is.
But she's wearing a mask?
Yeah. Look, she wears a mask all the way to the store and all the way back. She lives on the corner. Her and a whole bunch of kids. Oh, this person's walking away from the store for the first time. Oh, my stepdad, so on Friday, the other day, my stepdad, he emptied out his freezer because it was freezing over. So he gave it to me to give to Penelope, and the food got really rank. So I just threw it in the, I threw like the really bad stuff in the trash today. So everybody that walks by my trash can is going to have a nice smell.
Why do you leave your lid open? I think you explained this the other day. Why do you leave your lid open?
I don't know. I just don't ever close it.
Yeah.
We got a ton of homeless people that come through and look in our trash all the freaking time. Just nonstop. Because the homeless just live right down the street from me. Let's see. I don't know. I think it's going to be an interesting section. Just people watching who goes up and down my alley all the time. And this is a weekday, folks. Why are you wearing a mask in the alley, bro? I don't get it.
These Antifas.
You had maggots all over your trash? Oh, there's a lady on the street that after the trash comes, she sprays and washes she scrubs her trash can.
I know I'm gassy tonight, Steve.
Are you? Who scrubs their trash can? They're out these trash cans. She scrubs these things.
I pressure wash mine every once in a while.
Oh no, she does it every single time. That's Angel's kid. He's probably sent him to the store to go get beer. So it'll probably be Angel's son coming back. Yeah. Oh no, he went and got himself a candy. Let's see. Who's it gonna be now? This is on an average day. How many people walk by my house? Oh, this guy. So that lady that you just saw, remember the one earlier that was walking with the mask? This is her. This is her. I wouldn't say husband, because she's on welfare, and so they're not married. Because if you're married, then you don't get the welfare. So that's her.
I thought you were saying that she was a hooker.
No. Well, I heard she might have been doing that too. I heard.
Oh, okay.
That's what Angel says. But Angel kind of talks a lot. Yeah, he went to the liquor store.
Yeah, if I come visit, I think I will hang out with Angel a lot. He seems like a late night guy.
Yeah, Angel's pretty cool.
But he doesn't speak English, does he?
No, he doesn't speak a word of English.
Well.
You guys will get along drinking beer, though.
Yeah. Well, we'll just keep talking about Taco Bell and clinging beers together, I guess.
Oh, his wife will make you nice tacos. You don't have to talk about Taco Bell. His wife cooks some good food.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Let's see who this is now.
Tell me if I'm saying this right. Yo los tienes mota.
Wait, say it again.
Yo los quieres mota.
No, quieres means you. So it means like you want. So you're trying to say I want weed, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't got to say the yo, just say quiero mota. Quiero means mota. I want. Quiero is I want.
Quiero mota.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say yo quiero mota.
No. I know what it is. Okay, so I got this from the movie Blow with Johnny Depp. And he's in Mexico, and he doesn't know.
Damn, she's sunburned.
And the guy walks up to him, and he says, "Yo los quieres mota." And he's like, "Sí." He just nods because he recognized the word mota. Okay, makes more sense now.
Yeah. Let's see, who is this? It's like we just have random people just walking down our alley every night.
And
oh wait, I missed somebody. There's a second person coming.
But I hear if you just say cervezas, well, I guess this is just technically Mexico. If you just go to the bar and say cervezas, they can tell you're American. They just
what the heck was that? Did you see that?
No.
Watch like in this area, above the trash can on the right. Something flies by there really quickly. I think. Maybe not. I must have missed it. Oh, wait, it's starting over. Hold on. Let me see. It's like something flies by right there. Do you see that? Watch. Watch above the trash can. Oh, it was a bird. Do you see it? I caught a bird flying by. It's like real fast.
Now I caught a clip of it, but
oh, well, it just went by. Oh well. But yeah, we caught a bird.
Or the Matrix.
Or the Matrix. I think it was a bird though.
I always like to blame it on the Matrix.
Oh, and then this guy, I don't know why, he'll sit out here and talk on the phone. Is it this guy that talks on the phone all day? It drives me nuts now because he'll set off my motion alarm over and over again, just talking on the phone. Oh, he went to the store, but I think he comes out in a few minutes and was talking. Let's see. See, he's out there just talking on the damn phone.
I used to get so freaked out with people that had earbuds and talking on their phone.
Right?
Like, especially when it first came out and I was like in Charlotte and I was just like, I was used to people talking to me because I had like free passes and all this other kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Then I would just like, sometimes I would just like casually start talking with them and they would just look at me and like touch their ear and be like, excuse me, what? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
What about people if you're in the bathroom and they're on their phone in the stall next to you?
I don't go to public bathrooms that often, so I haven't really had that much problem, but
I gotcha.
It's definitely annoying when somebody walks into your shop and they're on a phone.
Okay, here's what I don't get. He walks to the store to get ice with carrying a box, but he doesn't put the ice in the box. I don't know. Seems weird to me.
But the beer's in the box, bro.
But wouldn't you want to put the ice in there? Here comes Angel. Angel's been drinking.
The box is full, man.
You can tell Angel's been drinking. He's walking slow. He normally walks pretty fast. Freaking Angel. He's funnier than hell, though. He's got some stories, man. So this will probably be Angel coming back. Oh, no, somebody else. See, look, people take shopping carts. There's shopping carts all over our city. People just take the shopping carts. There's people that make money. All they do is just go and return the shopping carts. That's all they do. They make a lot of money doing it.
Or you could fix them up and sell them to other places like Bubbles does.
Yeah, huh? You like my security cameras? Yeah, it's the Ring floodlight. It's the Ring floodlight, guys. What's in the box, right? What's in the box? What's in the box? But this is how many people... Would you think if you put a camera up in your alley that's how many people freaking... Oh, I got a black cat at my house now. Uh-oh. Oh, it's finally dark. I had a black cat for a little bit. A black cat just came by. We had a black cat. See, I gotta move the lights, so I gotta put the lights further out. Because the problem is, since the lights are on, the night vision doesn't turn on. Alright? But so watch this. We can go live. Can I go live from here? Let me go back. Can I go live on here, or do I gotta do it through the app? I don't want you seeing how dirty my front house is. Let's see, dashboard.
Andy, he makes just enough money to feed his kitties.
Who, me?
No, Bubbles.
Oh. Can I turn it? I guess I can't turn it on from here. On my phone, though, I can turn the lights on and stuff like. I can't go live right here. That sucks. But here, let me see if my phone is connected. Let's see if it'll let me do this today. Nope, I guess not. Oh well. Oh, we got enough time to talk. I got like 9 minutes before I gotta go if I want to go run to take you guys with me to Baskin Robbins. Who wants to go to Baskin Robbins? Help me pick out some ice cream. I already know what kind of ice cream I want though.
Oh, Danny, that Sam Squanch is definitely a greasy whore, isn't it?
Who is Sam Squanch?
It's more Trailer Park Boys jokes, man. You gotta get with it.
Oh, I told you I watched one episode and I don't know. I haven't watched any more yet.
Well, you watched probably season 1, episode 1 would be my assumption. Like I didn't really like Trailer Park Boys. I mean, I appreciate early Trailer Park Boys, but if you've never seen Trailer Park Boys, I can tell you the premise of it and then skip to like season 7 or 8, and I think you might like it. And then you'll end up going back to previous seasons.
Yeah. Get the wildfires. Just sad. Just sad. Child tax credit payments roll out starting July 15th. I need to have some kids, man. North Pole live train. Let's check out the train going to... There's no train that goes to the North Pole. Is there?
No.
I don't think there is.
North Pole existed. There is no North Pole.
Yeah, there is. It goes to the city of North Pole.
I didn't think there was actually... Julius! I didn't think there's a North Pole, like as in the pole, or like, you know, the polarity, but I don't think there's actually land there. But if Julius is still here, he'll let us know.
I think there's a city called North Pole, isn't there?
Well, there could be. There's also a city called Hell. It's in Norway.
Yeah. Let's see. Julieta. That's how you say Julieta in Spanish. Julieta. I wonder if this really is live. The only reason that because Anchorage or Alaska's like, let's see, it's summertime, so it's nighttime there all the time right now. Yeah, it says live train 24/7 virtual travel experience on the Arctic train. Virtual. Live cameras around the world. See, I told you, Steve Pence knew it. What's that space, Daisy?
Steve Pence knew what?
He said there's a town in Alaska called the North Pole.
But it's, you're missing my point.
Okay.
I don't think there's actually a landmass at the North Pole. That's what I was saying.
Ah. I couldn't tell you that one. They have a good burger joint there at the North Pole. I don't know why I like watching trains, guys. I'm a train guy. Let's see. Just One of the Guys. I remember that movie. You know why I like that movie? Because she showed her boobs. That was like the biggest thing. She's like, oh my God, she showed her boobs.
Oh my God.
Let's
Boobies.
see. Amtrak's most scenic train. Let's see. What else can we play? The Indian Pacific, Australia's most luxurious train. That's a 38-minute long video, though. I haven't watched this one yet, have I? I'm gonna have to say, what's this one all about? Channel 4 News.
Proud Boys, self-described Western chauvinists, but labeled far-right white nationalists.
We'll watch this and then we gotta go.
Oh my God.
Known for street thuggery and clashes with left-wing groups, they were brought to international prominence when Donald Trump said this.
You know, if somebody had pieces of that banner that got burned right there, that'd probably be worth a lot of money.
Stand back and stand
Hunter
by.
Biden money.
Right?
But now the question is, did they stand back and stand by? Or did they plan and carry out a prominent role in the violent storming?
Hey, that's my video, assholes. That was my video. They better give me fucking credit.
We have stormed the Capitol! At least 8 Proud Boys have been arrested, as well as 10 others allegedly affiliated with the group.
So how are officials not prepared? We've got to answer that question.
Channel 4 News had access to the Proud Boys leader, Enrique Tarrio, in the days around the Capitol attack.
Damn, he looks like a white supreme pizza.
I know, and he's eating Chick-fil-A. Uh-oh.
And I've now met up with him in Miami to ask exactly what his role was and whether the Proud Boys orchestrated the storming of the Capitol.
But the suggestion is that this was coordinated. And
you know, I think we watched this already.
They were going to assault the Capitol.
Well,
I'd say no. That is definitely false.
But you're the head of the organisation, and all
that's
these
exactly
people
why it's easy for me to say that I can't.
All these people have now been arrested who are Proud Boy members.
That's exactly why I say, because I'm the head of the organization and I know exactly what we planned and what we didn't plan. That's exactly why it's so easy for me to say that we did not coordinate to assault the Capitol.
Enrique Tarrio, who's Cuban-American, was not in Washington, D.C. on the 6th because he'd been arrested over the burning of a Black Lives Matter flag.
That's got to be worth some money.
He was ordered to leave the city on the 5th. A camera crew following Tarrio's movements shows him meeting friends before heading out of D.C.
Hello. And Stuart, pleasure's all mine.
He's joined by Stuart Rhodes, founder of the Oath Keepers militia. Several of his members have also been arrested, and prosecutors allege some Oath Keepers may have been planning
Space
the
Daisy?
attack as early as November. Rhodes himself has not been arrested.
We're just two different groups. Actually, me and Stuart. I guess we don't get along, but I guess for like situations like this where there is a need to unite regardless of our differences, we're fighting the same fight, and I think that's what's important.
Both the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers have now been sued by a Democratic congressman over the events of the 6th of January. But Tarrio denies they worked together.
Why would they sue?
Well, I don't consider him an enemy. I didn't consider him an enemy before. We just had our differences. But we normally don't work with other groups. It's just not.
Did you and Stuart talk about the protest the next day?
No.
The Proud Boys are rushing the Capitol!
Prosecutors scouring hours of video have picked out several Proud Boy members at key moments on the 6th. The FBI is investigating possible coordination with other groups. This man, identified as Proud Boy Dominic Pezzola, is seen smashing a window.
Yeah, the looting in South
shield,
Africa is bad.
assisting the first wave of rioters to enter the Capitol building. The man in military garb, baseball bat in hand, has been identified as Robert Giswine, apparently linked to a militia known as the Three Percenters. Giswine is not.
Hey, there's my video right there too.
But he's seen with them earlier.
Oh, at least they gave me credit this time.
By the Capitol. Prosecutors say he talked to another Proud Boy leader, Ethan Nordin. He's known as Rufio.
They can still keep my name up on it. This is my video. That's not my video. I think I'm in this photo somewhere. Oh yeah, I was right there.
He's known as Rufio, and he's seen leading the Proud Boys.
There I am right there. See me in the bottom left corner.
Towards the Capitol. USA! USA! Alongside Nordine is another.
There's my video.
Proud Boys organizer, Joe Biggs, who's kitted out with a walkie-talkie. Later, both men appear inside the Capitol building.
Did you just call that phone a walkie-talkie?
No, he's got a walkie-talkie on him. They're saying is what they're saying.
Oh, I got you.
Hey, if you're both wearing masks, why are you guys taking your masks off? I don't understand it.
Men face multiple.
Well, yeah, it's my fault because they were caught on my video. Right.
Charges.
What's
for
up,
their
Wednesday?
Alleged role in the insurrection.
My members did trespass into the Capitol in Pezzola. In Pezzola's case, he did break a window, and he's paying the price for breaking a window.
And
that's
that was
wrong.
the key moment that he went inside.
I didn't think Spazzo was Proud Boy.
Guess so.
I guess so.
The Capitol.
Deuce to
That's
me.
one of the moments and we did not coordinate with Pezzola.
That's more than trespassing, isn't it? It was a riot going on. People died. The place was there was a lot of violence. A lot of police officers were attacked.
Okay, did my man hold up? Well, we're talking about we're talking about the Proud Boys here. We're talking about like the general. If you're going to blame, here's the thing: if you're going to start blaming people that were there for other occurrences that happened there, then by all means arrest everybody for murder.
Don't the Proud Boys have blood on their hands as well? Yeah.
No, Proud Boys don't have blood on their hands because in order to have blood on your hands, you have to have blood on your hands, and they didn't.
Why were they part of the storming of the Capitol?
I think they made a mistake. I think they shouldn't have gone in. I don't think.
Why did they go in then?
Huh?
What were they doing?
I think they got caught in the heat of the moment with everybody else.
However, in this video, filmed before the attack took place, Proud Boy Daniel Lyons
at least they put my name
known
again.
as Milkshake,
Milkshake's afraid of me.
can be heard saying this.
Stop right there anyway. Come on, tighten up. Tighten up. Come on, boys. Tighten up.
Let's not yell that, all right?
Just milkshake, man. You know.
Idiot.
Don't yell it, do it.
Daniel Lyons Scott has not been
Stealing
charged
my
with a
videos
crime.
again.
One of the Proud Boy members, they call Milkshake, was heard on tape, which is being filmed by another Proud Boy, Eddie Block, saying, "We're going to take."
Hey,
the
they
Capitol."
mentioned my
And they're
name.
going, "Shh."
No, they're not going shh. They said, shut up. We're not going to do
Yeah,
that.
but the Proud Boy is on tape saying, "We're going to take the Capitol."
Yeah, and
so is that
in
not,
that video?
Is that not,
if you look at the whole context of the video,
didn't he?
Is that he went ahead and he said, They
I said, and they put him in his place, didn't he?
Yeah.
said, shut up. Don't even say that. Even playing around. You know,
That's exactly
let's
what
not
they
even
said.
joke about that.
that is what happened. The Capitol was stormed. So is it that far-fetched to believe?
How many different places did you see, hey, storm the Capitol? It was everywhere. It wasn't anybody, you know, it was just a whole bunch of freaking, you know what I mean? Wherever you looked on the internet, they're like, you guys should storm the Capitol. You should storm the Capitol. It was just a stupid, it was like you saying it like a joke, you know what I mean?
Believe that those
Termike. One of my business owners is known by his family as Drunkle. I went with Drunk Uncle though. You can mash them together if you want.
Yeah, somebody else was doing that last night too. Was it last night?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a common term to mash them together.
Yeah.
Their Proud Boys, the ground, were planning to storm the Capitol.
Did they mess up as individuals and they went into the Capitol? Yeah, sure.
That's as far as you'll say.
Guilty.
They only messed up as individuals.
Yeah,
So
they
there's
messed
all
up. They
individual decisions, you're saying.
They were individual decisions, and I probably would have been. I would have been susceptible to those individual decisions because I would have
joined them.
I probably. I don't know, but I probably. There's a chance that I would have, you know, because I wouldn't. I get caught in the heat of the moment.
Look at me right back there.
And
Rufio, look at him.
Banned from D.C. that night, Tarrio was forced to watch the day's events from a hotel room in Baltimore.
If the Biden administration does not reach out to these people in one way or another, what you're seeing on the screen right now is what you're going to see for the next 4 years.
Like, imagine this thing happens in, like, Richmond, Virginia, with guns. Somewhere that's open carry. And they're like, F you, we're not leaving here until we get what we want.
Damn, does he not know that they have a heater in whatever hotel room?
What's the next step?
I think it's he's
are
just
we
wearing it for
de-escalate?
looks. I don't know.
Or, like, Trump supporters just
Got a
gonna go,
toboggan on and a coat. Turn that heater on, bro.
not. Not. Because it's not about the president anymore.
Well, they're
This
also
movement
recording.
has
You probably can't have the heater on. Makes noise. I got one of those.
There you go.
What does it say?
I'm gonna build a wall.
Trump may have left the political scene for now, but his brand is still popular. Alongside Trump merch, Tarrio sells the Proud Boy signature Fred Perry-style clothing and typically provocative products.
Liberal tears mug. So I could drink my enemy's tears as they cry every time I do anything.
Right.
I think
2016, the president won the election
that.
for one reason.
Did he?
One reason only. He tapped into a group of people that felt like they were forgotten, they were left behind. And
do you think those same people are feeling persecuted now?
At least they mentioned me in the video this time.
They're being persecuted.
That feeling of persecution
I like that
will
shirt.
probably not end now that some of the Proud Boys' senior members are under criminal investigation. For Tarrio, the challenge is how to keep the organization going. With their defender Trump gone, a social media ban, and continued outrage over what happened at the Capitol that's left little room for sympathy for the Proud Boys.
Okay, he's got a... You know, we all sweat and we all get our hat like that, but don't take a picture of our hat when it's all sweaty like that. Come on.
Yeah, I've got plenty of hats that look like that because I tend to wear the wool ones.
Yeah. Oh shoot, it's 9:37. If I want to get my butt over to ice cream on time, you guys want to go with me to go get some ice cream? I'll take everybody with me to get ice cream and a burrito.
Lieutenant Dan ice cream.
Who wants to go to 31? Does anybody still, other than me, still call it 31 flavors? Am I the only one that calls it that? Let's see. I'm on my middle of the month going broke money. I have 20 bucks left. All right. You guys want to go with me? Shall we go get a chicken burrito supreme and 31 flavors? A sundae with hot fudge, no nuts. What do you think?
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. Right? I wonder where my thing is, my holder, my cell phone holder. You guys want to do that? Shall we do that, folks? Who's the drunk one? You can't tell who the drunk one is? Who's the drunk one? Who's the drunk one? Do you know who the drunk one is?
That guy.
No. That guy. Which one is it? Which one is it? Who's drunk? Who's drunk?
Oh, no. I was looking at the Zoom. I was just trying to point in the opposite direction like somebody on camera. Like,
hey, there's Bubba's. I see Bubba's.
That guy. Bubba's drunk.
Yeah, Bubba's drunk. Bubba's on the other side. Bubba's there. Look to your left.
I don't know. Everything I'm doing on Zoom is opposite. It's hard to do that. It's like trimming your mustache in the mirror.
Come on, Brownie. Brownie wants to say hi to everybody before I go. There she comes. Here's little Browners. There you go. I know. She came to say hi to my stepdad when we were doing our voice call. That's how he told me my sister watches. She's like, yeah, your sister said every single show you got to show Brownie on your show. Brownie and Donald J. Trump, huh? Come on, Browners.
Browners.
Brownie has her own fan club. All right, well, I gotta go then because it's 9:39. I have 21 minutes to get there, and it's a long way on my scooter. We'll take the underground tunnels even. I'll go by the homeless, and you guys can watch my back. So, you guys ready? You guys all ready? All right. Drunk Uncle, say your goodbye real quick because I gotta put on. I should wear some shoes while I go over there. So you say your goodbyes because I can't take you with me on this one.
I know you're in a hurry, so meow meow.
Meow meow. All right, guys, come back in like 5 minutes and I'll be live going down the street.